Good evening and welcome to Performance Trust Field here at the campus of Wheaton Academy. I am Nicholas Osterlund.
And I am RJ Carter, freshman here.
And we will be giving you the commentary for tonight's matchup between the Wheaton Academy Warriors and the Urbana Tigers. Wheaton Academy last season made the playoffs for the fourth time in the past 5 seasons. What do you expect here tonight from the Warriors?
Well, I expect a well-played game from the Urbana Tigers, and I don't expect it to be easy, but I think that in the end, Wheaton will probably come out with the win.
Yeah, the Warriors, they lost a lot of graduating seniors, but they do have a lot of people who can come in and fill the place of those seniors. So that'll be one of the main storylines here tonight, is seeing how all the new starters will come and perform on the field here tonight. And to start out the game, Urbana will be kicking off as they will kick deep to number 11 for the Warriors, Jason Rucker. As Rucker is a transfer, and this is his first season in a Warrior uniform. However, he is a senior in the classroom.
And Wheaton Academy will receive. Back to first seat for the Warriors, number 11, Jason Rucker.
As we get set here for the kickoff in the 2019 high school football season on the way, and it's an onside kick as the Warriors look to have fallen on it. Urbana comes out with a interesting but bold strategy, but the Warriors were ready for it, and they were able to recover, and now they have very good field position to start their opening drive.
Hopefully that is a big factor in what will hopefully be a touchdown.
And one of the big storylines that we mentioned are the newcomers. And under center for the Warriors will be number 15, Shane Bumgarner. Warriors start out 2 receivers to the left, low snap. Bumgarner handles it, handoff, gets maybe back to the line of scrimmage, maybe a loss of 1. Steven Gardner was the running back for the Warriors on that play. And that will bring up a second down and 10 to go for Wheaton Academy. Though saying Shane Bumgarner, he is a first-year quarterback for the program. Did play in a few games last year, but this year it's his team, his offense. We'll see how he handles it.
A strong arm, strong mind, very precise.
And off here goes to number 3, Steven Gardner, again for maybe a yard.
Great
Brings
tackle.
up- And there's a Warrior down on the play. You never like to see that, especially in the first quarter of an opening game.
Number 12, Samuel Palmer.
And that last play did gain 1 yard, so it will be 3rd and long, 3rd and 9 to be exact for the Warriors. But as you can see on their first plays, this offense will be a run-heavy offense. And Steven Gardner looks to carry that load as the running back.
Now, I think that it could tire him over the season if that continues to be the way that this offense is run. Hopefully, Shane gets more of a chance to throw the ball and showcase his talents.
Down on the field for the Warriors is number 54, Sam Palmer. He's a senior O-lineman and D-lineman from Naperville, Illinois. Hopefully he'll be all right, just a little shaken up, but you never like to see any player go down, let alone someone on the first drive of the season. He finally is able to sit up, let the trainers do their thing. And they're able to get to his feet, which is a very good sign. Walk off on his own power. That's a really good sign for not only him, but the Warriors as well. And what do you look for here in this 3rd and 9 situation?
I look for a probable pass play. I don't see it being a smart idea to run the ball.
Yeah, I agree. You got to pick up the 9 yards somehow. Passing's the best way to do that. As the Warriors will go 2 receivers on the right, 1 on the left, 2 in the backfield. Oh, the snap is fumbled. And it looks to be Gus Wallakawan, the fullback and running back, to fall on the football. But that does bring up 4th down.
I think that was a botched snap there.
Yep, just a little miscommunication, mishandle there by center and the quarterback. But that brings up an obvious punting situation here for the Warriors. And it looks like Shane Bumgarner will be the punter here for the Warriors. And the punt is away.
Deep punt.
Urbana fields it at the 20. See how far he can get. So he takes it up to the 30. Flag down on the play, about to the 49-yard line. But there is a flag on the play. We'll have to see if that comes back. Normally on those plays, you see something like a hold or block in the back, and we'll have to see what the officials saw.
During the return, there was a penalty flag on the field.
Let's see what the official has to say here. It looks to be a block in the back on Urbana, which means they will be pushed back all the way to the 19-yard line. So if they do want to go here, they have to go a lot farther than they originally thought. Well, we'll get to see a little bit of Urbana's offense. Their defense looks wrong right away. We'll have to see how their offense looks here. And there's also our first look at the Warriors' defense, which is anchored by number 6, Trevor Donna, who led the team as a sophomore in tackles last year. Pretty impressive. So this year, as a junior, he looks to lead as an upperclassman on that defense. 10-13 left to go here in the first quarter. Score still tied at 0. Under center for the Tigers, Elijah Rogers. So he hands it out up the middle to the fullback, who gains about 4 yards on play. Lavoy Young is the tailback there for Urbana. So he did pick up 4 yards, bringing it to 2nd and 9.
of 4 on the play. We're going to be second down and 6 for
Urbana looked like they ran a very tight, run-heavy offense as well. We'll have to see if that stays or if that was just a play one.
Young from the first carry seems like a very power-oriented running back.
Yep.
Short gains, but effective.
Yeah, Urbana right now only has one wide receiver out wide. Everyone else is up in the box. So he hands it off, fakes handoff, tries a little option, and Trevor Donna is there for the tackle, and that will be a loss of the 4 yards that they originally picked up. So now we'll be back to 3rd and 10, maybe 3rd and 9 for Urbana. As you can see, they ran a little option play there, and Trevor Donna was not fooled. He didn't go with the fullback. He stayed with the quarterback, and he hit him pretty hard there. Sent a message for the rest of the game. Just under 9 minutes here left to go. As it's 3rd and 9, again, we would probably see a pass play. We'll have to see what Urbana has offensively. They have a player in motion, pitches out to that player. And again, Trevor Donna is there for another tackle for loss. This time, more yards, bringing up 4th down and about 15 yards. So as we predicted coming in, Trevor Donna would anchor this defense. 2 big plays, 2 tackles for loss to start the opening drive. And now Urbana looks to punt. As back for the Warriors will be Alex Ventimilla and number 11, Jason Rucker. We'll have to see our first look at the Urbana punter.
Not a very deep punt.
Punts it away and it rolls all the way into Wheaton Academy territory. It'll be down at the 46-yard line. It's a pretty good punt. Didn't look pretty, but the end result ended in a pretty good punt. Over 55 yards it covered.
That is special team smarts right there.
Yeah. Early this game looks like it would be one of field position, and right now both teams are doing a very good job of that on punting-wise. But this time offensively for the Warriors, what do you look at as they make adjustment from the previous drive?
I'm looking first. I think here you would be looking at some more more plays, different variety, and I think I would look to see maybe one shotgun play on this drive.
Yeah, and here you are. Yep. Garten is in the shotgun formation, 2 receivers out to the right. Player in motion as he hands it off to Jason Rucker on the end around, and he does pick up the 1st down and a little more all the way out to the Urbana 41-yard line.
As you can see here, we have a great fake. Keeps going, makes a quick move, and a great tackle to save the touchdown.
Yeah, Rucker there stuck his foot on the ground and was able to cut upfield pretty quick, got some blocks downfield, able to pick up the 1st down. Already a good start for the Warriors. And now in the backfield is Gus Wallakawan. And in motion is another Warrior as he takes it upfield out to the 36-yard line.
Another Warrior down.
That was Will Casso on the end around, senior receiver. He's from Wheaton, Illinois. But like you said, he stayed down there, and again, you never like to see players go down.
That's quite unfortunate. It's only the second drive of the entire season, and we have 2 players down already. Not a great sign.
And maybe part of that is coming into live action for the very first time. You can only do so much in practice and scrimmages, but here, going live, going 110%, you're going to cut a little harder, you're going to run a little faster, and maybe that has something to do with this being the first game that they are staying down here for a little bit.
Do notice, though, there's a lot of energy in the stadium.
There is a lot of energy. This is a good environment here at Wheaton Academy at Performance Trust Field, and as you can see, these students really in the student sections really want to provide a good environment for the players to feed off that energy. As Castro is still down, being looked at by the trainer. But let's talk about those 2 plays, 2 ends arounds, 2 1st downs. It's a little motion play that really makes the defense stretch from sideline to sideline and really challenge their speed. With that play, Wheaton Academy is trying to say, hey, we can beat you out to the corners, we can get our blockers out in front and block them, block Urbana, and so far it's worked.
Because when you run that play, a lot of times when the person gets the ball, comes around, the cornerbacks usually go in to try to get the quarterback. It's a very deceptive play, and the linebackers are forced to switch outside, so it's a lot harder for linebackers, it's a lot harder to tackle a running back or a wide
Yep.
receiver. 'Cause wide receivers are usually next to the cornerback, the quickest players on the field.
Yep. And with that play, is I'm sure that those two end arounds could set up a later fake end around, quarterback keeper or rush up the middle, which is something we'll have to keep in mind.
One thing we haven't seen though is a lot of pass plays. We saw one shotgun, but I don't think this team is going to be a very pass-oriented team in the
Yeah.
future for so far.
And Castro is up. He is walking very gingerly, being helped off the field by some Wheaton Academy Warriors. But we'll start at 1st and 10 as Wallakawan goes up the middle, and he takes it all the way to the 20-yard line, right at a first down, and they'll give it to him. 3 straight plays, 3 first downs, all run plays, yet they've all looked a little bit different.
Now, I think what the coach would look as we look at this play, great power run. He makes a quick move, get the first defender off his feet. I think here, what I would do is I would run a play action. They're expecting a run now. You've done it 3 straight times. Fake it a little bit, get in the end zone.
Another player in motion for the Warriors as we
There
do
we
a
go.
play action. As Bungan
stiff arm.
sees a receiver out, but that was more kind of just throw it away, live to see another down. As it was pretty good coverage, pretty good pressure on Baumgarten, and he made the right play, just get rid of it and move on to the next play. That was a good call. They tried the play action, and Urbana was ready for it. Brings up 2nd and 10 from the Urbana 20-yard line. 6:43 remaining to go here in the first quarter.
Shotgun snap.
Shotgun formation. 2 receivers out to each side. Wallakawan is the lone back. As they will run a option end around, and Baumgarten will keep it up the middle for a gain of 5 yards. That time you saw Alex Ventimilla come around on the end there, and you saw Baumgarten keep it for 5 yards, which will bring up a 3rd and 5. And there's that we were just talking about that, the fake end around, as Urbana has to respect that now. It's worked, and Baumgarten was able to keep it and run up the middle for a solid gain. Same formation here for the Warriors. As another player in motion as he hands it off to number 11, Jason Rucker, as he cuts up makes a cut back and brings it all the way down to the 1-yard line. Wheaton Academy loves that motion play, whether they hand to the guy in motion or not, but it's worked. Jason Rucker's been a big part of that already. And that will bring up a 1st and goal for the Warriors.
That was a great move at the sideline, avoiding the tackle and cutting back in to get a 1st and goal.
And now you expect the Warriors just to ponder right up the middle here, being 1st and goal on the 1-yard line.
Seeing that it's in the ISO formation, I would expect that. And we have a touchdown here.
Touchdown is called on the field, but however, there's a flag on the play. We will have to see what that flag is.
May have been a holding.
Looks like it's an illegal formation on the Warriors, which will bump them back a few yards.
We have a Urbana player down on the field. 3 injuries.
Yeah. We'll talk a little bit about that Warriors drive so far, as they started in their own territory, push it all the way into Urbana's territory, and got to the goal line. What do you expect here as they try to finish out the drive?
I expect more run plays. I expect them to try to pound it in quickly at that. Not very many. I don't expect. If it would really surprise me if they ran a pass play, unless it was on a 4th down.
Yeah, I agree, and I think now with the penalty, obviously you never want to move backwards, but having those extra yards gives you the ability to run more plays out wide, like the motions that they have been running.
Probably an outside run now. It would have been an inside run when they were that close, but I expect maybe a stretch play.
Yeah. As the Urbana player is up walking on his own power, which is good to see. That is number 7, Prentice Turner of Urbana, the 6'1" senior. And following the penalty, still 1st down. It is 1st and goal at the 6-yard line. As the Warriors go I formation with Gardner at fullback, Wallakawan as the tailback. And the snap is handed off to Wallakawan, and he gets hit hard at the 1-yard line. Good defense there by the Tigers.
Tackled at the 2-yard line.
Great run.
And that will bring up a 2nd and goal here for the Warriors. And we'll have to see if they do keep it on the ground with their 2 lead running backs, Gardner and Wallakwan, leading the way so far.
You know, something we're seeing from the Urbana defense, they're really pressuring up the middle. They're not letting them get anywhere inside.
Right. Handoff again goes to Wallakwan, and he is hit at the line of scrimmage, which makes it 3rd and goal here at about the 2-yard line with just under 5 minutes to go in the first quarter. Being 3rd down, do you think the Warriors try to go to a pass play or do they keep it on the ground?
I think it's really a toss-up. I don't know. I would expect another run because it's been working, but it wouldn't surprise me if they threw a pass fake. And I think Urbana's going to be wary of that.
Again, the same formation for the Warriors. Garrett Bittner is the lone receiver out to the right. Handoff goes to Wallakwan again, and he is fighting to get in there, and he does. Touchdown, Warriors. Gus Wallakwan leads the way on that drive.
First touchdown of the season.
It is a good start here for the Warriors. Brings it to 6-0 to start out the game, and I believe we will go to an extra point here. And the kicker for the Warriors this season is Lars Castle. He's a senior from Wheaton. Holder is quarterback Shane Baumgarten, who led a very nice drive. He just knew the talent he had around him, handed it off, and let his teammates make the play. Here's the snap. The kick is up, and the kick is good. Warriors lead 7-0 here to start out their season early on. And a really good drive there by the Warriors. As you can see, they ran all runs, but different varieties as they went out wide on both plays with motion, as they let Wallakwan just use his skill set that he's been given to come up strong and power his way into the end zone.
I would look to see on the next drive, I would look to see maybe a few mix-ins because I think Urbana is now waiting for the run.
Yep.
As on the last few plays, we saw them more attacking towards the middle more, expecting those inside runs, which is how Gus was able to get to the outside and power his way into the end zone.
As the Warriors will kick off for the first time this season, as they receive the opening kickoff, but after a touchdown, obviously you have to kick off yourself. So with 4:30 left to go here in the first quarter, the Warriors take a 7-0 lead against Urbana. Again, the kickoff kicker here is Lars Castle, who just put the extra point through, and he will kick off from the 40-yard line. What do you look here for Urbana's offense?
I look for more pass. I look for run fakes because when they tried to run on the last drive, they were stuffed. Of course, Trevor Donna making 2 great backfield tackles. So I look for a more run fake pass, so more play action.
Yeah, we'll have to see if you are correct. And the kickoff is up and away, and it is fielded by Urbana at the 19-yard line. And he cuts out wide and is taken down at the 26-yard line of Urbana. That return for Urbana was by Prentice Turner, number 7. As you saw Jason Rucker come over with the tackle there, as he's been already a big name. He's called on numerous occasions.
I think he will look to be a big special teams factor and a defensive factor as we head more into the season.
As Jason Rucker is one of the many players for Wheaton Academy who starts on both offense and defense, which is something that happens a lot in high school football, but it shows how much they trust him on both sides of the football. And Urbana takes a snap, and they look to go with the option, and the quarterback keeps it and is dragged down at the 31-yard line with a pickup of 6 for the Tigers.
Great tackle to save the potential long gain. He looked to have gotten away, but at the last moment, got him by the leg.
Stephen Garner there credited at the tackle, as they'll give him 7 on that play. It brings up 2nd and 3 for Urbana. As we've seen, they run that option quite often. And obviously you can run as much as you want. It just depends. You have to give it to everybody so the defense is on their toes, and we'll see if they continue to do that. The player in motion, flag, and it looks to be a false start on the Tigers. I believe Rashid Montgomery, receiver, jumped off a little bit there, and that will be a penalty pushing the Tigers back.
Simple mistakes can be the downfall.
Yeah, and it's the first game. It's to be expected. A lot of little pre-snap penalties like that. But obviously you do want to limit those as much as you can. And the Tigers will move back 5 yards, bring it 2nd and 8 from the 27-yard line. This quarterback keeps it, rolls out to his left, and he dives forward for a yard, maybe 2, bringing up another 3rd and long situation here for the Tigers. Josh Freeland credited with that tackle for the Warriors. Brings up 3rd and 6 here for the Urbana Tigers with just under 3 minutes left to go here in this first quarter. We'll have to see if they stick with the option run or if we do see them throw their first pass of the game.
I think we will see them throw a pass. The Warriors look to be playing up close, and I don't see any deep safeties or cornerbacks, so look for the pass.
Urbana has a player in motion, and there's another flag on the play. Looks to be offsides on Wheaton Academy.
Another small mistake.
A pre-snap offside penalty has been called against Wheaton Academy.
The 5-yard penalty, I believe, remains 3rd down, but a lot more manageable, becoming a 3rd and 1.
Now I think you're looking for them to run the ball.
I agree. That's been their staple so far. I don't know why they would go away from it.
I think that's the staple for both teams. I don't really see the quarterbacks being allowed to show many of talents, but I do see both quarterbacks have an eye for the read. They see the defense. They know what they're doing.
Rogers under center. Player in motion as he keeps it and goes up the middle. And is tackled by Steven Garner. And he is right at the line of scrimmage. I think they'll give him the 1 yard to pick up the first down. So good play for the Tigers there, picking up the first down, but also good tackle by Garner, making sure he didn't get more yards than he did. With 1:57 to go here, Urbana's trying to start their drive after picking up the first down.
I think if they're looking to score before the quarter's over, I think it would be wise to maybe start running some play actions and then shift more towards the pass.
We'll have to see if they agree with you. As again, Rogers is under center for Urbana. There are currently one receiver out each side. As the tailback is in motion, and he takes the pitch out wide and is ran out of bounds at the 31, maybe 36-yard line for a gain of maybe 1.
I don't think that was a good play call there, especially with the short field to run it then to short field doesn't seem like a good idea.
It will bring up 2nd and 10 here for the Tigers with 1:22 remaining in the quarter.
From the 36-yard line.
Again, you see the Tigers in that bunch formation with only one receiver out to the left. As the Warriors defense try to get set, and they do. Player in motion, and it looks to be the fullback who takes this one and is stuffed by number 54, Sam Palmer, and number 4, Gus Wallach-Wan. You read that one pretty well.
Great defense.
Yep, and that brings up a 3rd and 10, as you can see here. The
Warriors there after the tackle.
Yeah, Warriors just stuffed being Sam Palmer as the leading charge there. Brings up 3rd and 9. They gave him a yard on the play with 45 seconds remaining. And this is a big 3rd down, big statement play here on both sides. If you're the Warriors, you loved getting a score, and then even more you love getting a stop so you have a chance to score on the next drive.
Don't see a shotgun here. I don't think that's...
They go up the middle as the quarterback kept it, and he is thrown back. And that will bring up 4th and long.
Another Tiger down on the field.
So yeah, good defensive stand there by the Warriors. They did give up the 1 first down, but nothing more than that. And as a defense, you can absolutely live with that if you're keeping them on their own side of the field.
I think we're seeing a lot more of the pressure up front. We're taking the second line and moving them up for the defensive line to then go in the outside.
I agree. Yeah, the D-line and the linebackers have been very good so far early in this game. As the Urbana player looks to get up.
Number 76, Jelani Jackson, the 6-foot senior.
And good to see some Warriors returning back home. That is he graduated a season ago and last year from Wheaton Academy, Gerald Blackman. He was a multi-sport athlete here for the Warriors, very well known for his play on the football field as well as the basketball court. Good to see that Warriors come back, the alumni, and support the current year's team. And with the 4th down, Urbana looks to punt the ball away. And again, back deep is number 2, Alex Miller, along with number 11, Jason Rucker. We'll have to see if either of them catch the ball this time or if they let it roll like they did last time. And the play clock is underway on a 4th and 11 with 17 seconds. We'll see if they even decide to snap the ball or just let the quarter come to an end. And it looks like that's what they'll do. They're not really that interested in getting the punt away. So at the end of the first quarter, Wheaton Academy leads 7-0. What are your thoughts after the first quarter?
Well, I think it was a well-played first quarter. I think the Warriors are looking to take more of a big lead, and especially with that run-stuffing defense, I expect to see.
Hi, I'm Connor Beatty. I'm on the field here with Jaden King, leader Maroon Platoon. So you're a senior this year, and you're on Maroon Platoon. What are you expecting out of this year?
I'm super excited. The turnout tonight was great for Neon Night. We're super thrilled to have such a great kickoff to the year. I think what we're expecting is a really good turnout for the rest of the year, really fun nights. We're already brainstorming some fun ideas. I think it's going to be a really good year. I'm excited, yeah. All sports, as many as we can get in.
Yeah. All right, well, we've had a really good first quarter, sorry. We've already made 7 points. How have you felt the energy grow since you've been here?
The energy was really, really good. The smoke bombs was a crazy way to start out the game, so that really got it, which was great. And yeah, people are just excited to see their friends out here playing.
That's great. I'm going to let you get back, but yeah, that's all we have for you. Back to you guys in the booth.
Thank you for that interview, and we will start the second quarter with 4th and 11 here for Urbana as both teams switch sides. As we have Rucker back deep, and the snap is up. Punt is away, and it bounces at the 40. Rucker takes it, gets a good break on the football, and he looks to go all the way at the 30. The 20, will he caught? No, he won't. The 10, the goal line touchdown. Warriors, Jason Rucker with the punt return.
And this place is just on fire right now.
And he saw that punt bounce just straight up, and he's like, I'm going to take it, and I'm going to go pretty far, and that he did. He took it all the way to the end zone.
Great move. I thought he was going to catch it.
And with that touchdown by Rucker, that makes the score 13-0 Warriors over Urbana. Only 15 seconds into the second quarter, Warriors already have a touchdown.
I don't think Urbana is really looking on the positive side right now. I think their coach is thinking, what can we do better? Touchdown in the first 15 seconds, that is not great defensive effort.
As Lars Castle, again the kicker for the Warriors, will be on to attempt the extra point. Baumgarten, the quarterback, to hold. Snap is down, kick is up and away, and it is good. Warriors lead now 14-0 with 11:45 to go here in the second quarter. Wasn't much to see offensively. They didn't have to touch the field for the Warriors to score, as the special teams unit took care of business there with Rucker returning the kick. But a lot of guys went unmentioned as they led the way for him with some great blocks up front.
Right. I think you do have to give most of I wouldn't say a lot, but I would say a good portion of the credit to Rucker. That was an explosive move.
Yeah, once he got the football, he took off, and I think maybe got touched once, if at all.
Now, if I were Wheaton, I would look to use that speed. I don't think we saw that in the first quarter, so I would look to use that maybe with more pass plays, because that type of speed against the slower defensive back, that could create some big opportunities.
I agree. The Warriors with the kickoff. Again, Lars Castle will kick off here from Wheaton Academy's 40-yard line. Let's see what the Tigers can do with it.
I think we're going to see more run offense again.
Kick is up and away, and it's fielded at the 20-yard line. And he is popped at the 25. Good coverage there by the Warriors.
Great tackle by Joshua Brunner.
Patrick Jordan was the return man for the Tigers. As you said, Josh Brunner on the tackle, as you saw replayed right there.
Urbana will take over first down and 10.
Urbana will start this drive on their own 26-yard line.
I think they're going to have to work on that special teams. I think for their offense, especially from what we've seen, they're going to want to get better field position with this run-based offense, because starting deep in your own territory and all you're going to do is run might not turn out well.
The Tigers in that bunch formation again. A little confusion up front, but they get it figured out. As handed off to the fullback, who takes it upfield for a few yards. But again, good defense by the Warriors.
Talk about Joshua Freeland. We have another Tiger.
There's a player down on the field for the Tigers.
At the 28-yard line, there is a timeout.
And that looks to be the quarterback, number 2, Elijah Rogers.
Ooh.
And he is up and he's good to go.
Think he's going to have to play through that?
Looks like he's coming off the field for precautionary measures. But he popped up, maybe just got his bell rung a little bit. And he should be, looks like he thinks he's ready to go. We'll have to see what their training staff says.
That's a good sign, especially when a player gets hit hard, down on the field, gets right back up. Sign of determination.
That play gained 2 yards, bringing up 2nd and 8 for Urbana on their own 28-yard line. 11:22 left to go here in the first half. And under center is now number 3, Lavoy Young. As he mishandles the snap, picked up and tries to take his own play, and he fumbles, and it is picked up by Stephen Gardner and taken back to the house. Touchdown Warriors.
Great play. Little miscommunication by the Urbana offense, and the Wheaton defense just pounces right on the ball.
Yeah, Stephen Gardner saw that football come loose, and there was no doubt he was taking that one to the end zone for a touchdown. And that brings the score to 20-0. Wheaton Academy taking over here, pending the extra point.
See there, a big tackle, ball strip. Gardner comes up with it, and he takes off for the end zone.
It's always good as a coach to see people who pick up that football comfortable carrying the football, as he is a running back as well. Snap is down, kick is up and away. Kick is good. 21-0 now. Wheaton Academy leads the Urbana Tigers with 11:02 left to go here in the second quarter.
I think this is a good sign for Wheaton. We seem to have a lot of momentum, be on the uprise, and I would look to see more touchdowns coming in the near future.
As so far, scoring-wise for the Warriors, 1 on offense, 1 on defense, 1 on special teams. Pretty balanced attack going forward here for Wheaton Academy.
All around excellence, as they call it.
With that said, the defense doesn't have much time to rest and hydrate, as they will be back out there following the kickoff.
I think with 11 minutes left, I think we're starting already to see a little bit of fatigue from the Tigers defense and offense. And I think that's partially due to injuries. That's still fresh in their minds. And I think otherwise it would just be the grueling thing, having to chase players gone for touchdowns. Hopefully that doesn't come back to haunt them.
We'll have to see who is under center for the Tigers, as Elijah Rogers got banged up a little bit, but it bounced and come right back up. Castle on that kick. It is up and away. And it's fielded at the 17-yard line. And he brings it up, dodges a few tackles, and brings it all the way to the 41-yard line. Good return there for the Tigers. And that was number 25, Patrick Jordan, who's been their return guy so far. And there he wasn't afraid to go make the contact, and he was eluding a few tackles.
Broke 3 tackles, I believe.
Gives it,
Went right at him.
gives the Tigers a good start field position at their own 41-yard line.
Something I think that will benefit them in the future. I think on almost every other drive they were back up at least behind the 30.
And it looks to be Elijah Rogers back under center for Urbana, and that is a good sign for the Tigers. And he takes a snap, and we see our first pass of the day as he throws it deep. But great coverage by number 14, Micah Nichols, playing safety there to bat that pass down.
Right there, I think they saw it coming. It was a great deep pass, it's high arcing, but I think that's just better defense by the Warriors.
It was. Nichols was back there playing center field and was able to scout that thing out the whole way and knock it down. Brings up 2nd and 10 with 10:49 left here in the first half. As we're on Instagram as well, you can give us a follow at TheRealWaTV. We'll keep you updated with all of our scheduling information. As Urbana sets up this 2nd and 10 with one receiver out wide to the right. Snap is underway, given to the fullback as he takes it across midfield, still making some moves, and is taken down in Wheaton Academy territory at the 44-yard line.
Great tackle by Christian Paris, the 6'2" offensive and defensive lineman.
At the 44-yard line of Wheaton Academy, he has enough for Urbana.
And this is a great start to this drive for Urbana, and we'll have to see if they can continue it downfield. As that was number 3, Lavoy Young on the carry, who came in and quarterback for the one play, but he was originally a running back. Player in motion here as a quarterback keeper right up the middle. Gain of about 2 yards on the play.
I think their formation gave them away on that play. One receiver out wide on either side.
The 42-yard line of Wheaton Academy after a gain of 2, which will bring up a 2nd down and 8.
Still a great short power run when hopefully we see many of those.
Yeah, that does bring up 2nd and 8 here with just under 10 minutes left to go in the first half. As again, Urbana goes one receiver out wide to the right. 2 tight end look. 3 tailbacks, player in motion. Quarterback keeps it as he takes it off to the left and is taken down just before the first down yard line at the 36-yard line of Wheaton Academy. Brings up a 3rd and 2.
Taken down at the 36-yard line of Wheaton Academy.
And again, do you think they keep on the ground here? 3rd down, but they only have a little ways to go.
I think that at 3rd down and 2, it would be wise to keep it on ground. Don't think we want to force any turnovers here.
As so far leading the way has been Elijah Rogers, the quarterback, and he's kept most of them here tonight.
And I think he's shrugged off that pain. He certainly doesn't seem like he's in any pain right now.
Big play here for both sides. They have a player in motion as he drops back to pass, looks deep, and he overthrows his intended target. Incomplete pass. Kind of surprising, but he did. He had his player open. So the play call kind of caught the Warriors off guard. The Tigers were not able to execute on play.
Look at Nichols there. Almost had the pick.
Yeah, again, Nichols in good coverage from the safety position. 4th and 2. Do you expect them to go for it?
Well, it looks like it from right now.
Yeah, they're in Wheaton Academy territory at the 36. They probably called that 3rd down play knowing if it didn't work, they would go for it here on 4th down.
Gamble, think it'll pay off?
We'll find out here. They have one receiver out to the left. Player in motion. As we have a flag on the play, it looks like a false start on Urbana. It looks to be a receiver who jumped early.
Number 24 to Damu Moore.
5-yard penalty there brings up 4th and 7. Does that change the play call if you're Urbana?
I think so. I would be surprised to see them go for it because the last pass play was unsuccessful. If I was their coach, I would not be thinking to go for it here.
Yeah. They are in Wheaton Academy territory, and for now, it does look like they will be going for it, trying to get some momentum on their side. As they'll have one receiver out to the left.
Big gamble here.
Player in motion, quarterback keeper, and he goes down right at the line of scrimmage. So, that is a turnover on downs, and the Warriors will get the ball back here. Good defensive stand by Wheaton Academy, aided by a penalty by the Tigers.
And a bunch of unforced errors there. I think the quarterback tripped on that play. Don't think that was intentional.
Again, you can follow us on Twitter at TheRealWaTV, and we will be tweeting out schedule updates as well as other content needed. For the Warriors, they will begin the drive with trips. So 3 receivers out wide on the right, 1 to the left. Baumgarten is in the shotgun formation as he go a little screen pass out to Alex Ventimilla, who takes it up all the way to the 47-yard line, maybe the 48-yard line.
I think that was surprising. I think they were expecting a run.
Tackle by number 25, Pat Jordan of the Tigers.
Patrick Jordan for Urbana credited with the tackle, and we'll give him 6 yards, bringing up 2nd and 4. And as we saw at Wheaton Academy there, just getting the ball in their hands of their athletes and letting them go to work. Easy, simple screen pass. Baumgarten in shotgun as he fakes the handoff, quarterback keeper. Little option brings out into Urbana territory to the 46-yard line.
It was a great ball fake. I think he faked out the camera, too.
Yeah, good option play there as Baumgarten saw the entire defense flowing with Gardner the tailback as he was able to keep it and pick up the first down and move into the Tiger territory.
See, if you're a coach, those are the type of plays you're looking from the quarterback. Reading the defense even before and after the snap. That's a smart play by Baumgartner.
Warriors formation here, 2 receivers out to the left, 2 on the right. Shotgun formation as Baumgarten will look back to pass as he lobs it deep to Ventimilla, who is taken down on defense, and there's a flag on the play. Looks to be defensive pass interference.
Dragged him down right before the ball got there.
As you can see, this is the first game of many here for the Warriors. The next 2 coming on the road before having a string of 3 home games where they really get into conference play. And the official call is pass interference on the defense, which will move the ball forward 15 yards.
The flag is for pass interference against
And
the Tigers.
first real pass play, they've done a few screens. Good ball by Baumgarten. Good job by Ventimilla to use his athletic ability to jump up for it and able to draw the penalty. The penalty, the Warriors will start this 1st and 10 here at the 30-yard line of Urbana. As Baumgarten takes a snap, a little play action, rolls out to his left as he finds Jason Rucker downfield. There's a flag on the play, however.
That was a great pass play. I don't know what the flag might be for, but that was a wonderful play option play.
Yeah, tough throw there by Baumgartner, rolling to his opposite hand, to his left side. But he delivered the ball right on the money.
And again, those are the type of clutch plays that you're looking from your quarterback to make every trip down the field.
It's an illegal man downfield on the Warriors, and that sometimes happens as players try to block for the receiver, but the rule is the receiver has to catch the ball before you can initiate contact. So that will move the Warriors back, making it 1st and 15.
Think we'll see another pass play, or should we look for more runs?
On this play, I'm expecting a run, but as we've seen, the Warriors have opened the playbook a little more and gone to try to balance out the run and pass plays.
Shown to be full of surprises on this drive.
Which is good. Keep the defense on their toes. And it looks as if the Warriors will be taking their first timeout. A good time to regroup. So what do you expect from the Warriors here on to hopefully finish in this drive?
I would look to see more pass plays. I look them to keep changing up the playbook because it seems to be having good results. Now, I would look to try to draw more penalties on the defense, and I do see them making another score in the near future. And now you can check us out at YouTube at youtube.com/WheatonAcademy.org for news and updates.
And the Warriors, after they take their timeout, they have 2 left here in the first half. Really not a big deal, just trying to regroup, make sure they put their best foot forward and try to finish out this drive. It is 1st and 15 at the Urbana 36. As the Warriors line up, trips to the left, 3 receivers out wide, 1 on the right. Baumgarten in the shotgun formation. As we look to pass, a little screen play here to Gardner as he has room to run at the 40 to 30. Gets some blocks all the way down to the 16-yard line. Great screen play by the Warriors. Great blocking downfield by the offensive lineman for Wheaton Academy.
And as you said, great read by the quarterback, knowing that the defense is coming, just giving him a little dump pass out to the right. And a great long distance run by a runner.
As they mark out at the 18-yard line, still picked up the first down, and the Warriors, as Baumgartner will go under center here, two receivers out to the left, on the right, Jason Rucker in motion. He looks to hand it off to Gardner, who takes it up the middle, and maybe gets to the 16-yard line, pick up a few. That's one of the more basic plays you've seen Wheaton Academy run, just a handoff right up the middle, but yet it works, and Warriors are able to pick up a few yards there, bringing second down and it's here with under 7 minutes left to go. Two receivers out to the left, two on the right. Baumgartner in shotgun formation with Gardner running back on his right. Drops back to pass, finds his receiver, and he goes down at the 6-yard line. That was number 12, Garrett Bittner on the reception. And that will pick up the first down, making it first and goal here for the Warriors.
Short pass, but if Fed picks up the first down.
Yeah, good route there. Really, Bittner really stuck the defender in his tracks. A little turnaround and was right there to catch the pass as Baumgartner delivered.
I think we look to see another one of those passes here.
Baumgartner under center as he looks to run the draw play to Gardner. Good move, and he powers his way into the end zone for a touchdown.
Great play fake by Baumgartner and the handoff to Garner, and another Wheaton Academy touchdown. And this crowd is going wild.
And Baumgartner there, he saw what he could do as running back. He went side to side, did a few jukes, and then powered his way in. So you can see he's really the full package as a running back.
Very versatile player.
And again, Lawrence Castle will be on to attempt the extra point. Currently it is 27-0 Wheaton Academy with 6:20 left to go in the half.
I think for the sake of the Tigers, they really need to get this next drive going.
Snap is up, kick is up and away. And it is good, 28-0 now. Wheaton Academy leads Urbana. Good drive there, as we talked about at the little break there. The Warriors really opened up the playbook. We saw a lot of passes on that drive, which is something that we knew we would see. We just weren't quite sure when we would see it. And there it was, and really good job by Shane Baumgartner leading that offense on both the pass plays, the run plays, but he delivered some nice balls when he had to.
I think that's another point of emphasis right there, mixing up the playbook. I think it's necessary for every football team because it keeps the defense on their toes, keeps them guessing, and that's always a good thing. Now I think for this next drive, the Tigers really need to get some momentum going, or I don't think they'll have any in the second half.
As Castle will again kick it away here from the 40-yard line. And the return man back deep is Patrick Jordan, who has returned the kicks for the Tigers, and he had a pretty good one last time. And the kick by Cassell is up and away. Fielded at the 22-yard line, fumbled a little bit, but picked up. And he spreads out wide and takes it all the way back to the 40-yard line. I stepped out at the 37, actually. That was Turner, number 7, who returned that one.
You see there, he makes a move, stiffs arms, number 14. Makes an outside move. That's a great tackle by number 2.
Yeah, Josh Brunner there credited with the tackle. The Tigers will begin their drive here from their own 38-yard line, so if they want to score, we'll have to go quite the distance here to get into Wheaton Academy territory. As they start out here, there's one receiver to the left, quarterback under center with a tailback and 2 tight ends out. Player in motion, quarterback drops back to pass, feels pressure, eludes it. He rolls out to his left and finally goes down at the 42-yard line. And we knew Eli Rogers could run because he ran many plays here tonight, but that was a very good job by him to not only elude pressure, but keep his eyes downfield to see if he could make a throw, or as he made a decision, just took it and ran.
Looked there for a second like he was going to get sacked, but he made a sharp decision and kept it and went to the outside.
Yeah, really good decision by him there as well. Good pressure by the Warriors.
One thing I think we're not seeing from Urbana as much as we are Wheaton is mixing up the playbook. They seem to be sticking with the run and have stubbornly set their mind to it.
As that brings up 2nd and 7 here for the Tigers as they have a receiver out wide on each side, 2 tight ends and 1 tailback. Rogers takes the snap, hands it off up the middle, and it's sniffed out by Jared Samuelson. He read that one pretty easy. But Urbana was able to gain a few yards, bring up 3rd and 5.
And number 50, Masa Kasai, down on the field, I believe.
After a gain of 2, there is
Yeah, a lot of players on both teams so far have been down.
This is not a good sign. Hopefully, we avoid more injuries for the rest of the game, but 4 players? I think?
Yeah. As you can see, he's
Really in pain.
trying to roll over, sit up. Looks like it was his hamstring, which hopefully is just tight, and they can get him stretched out and come back into this game. But especially with the lead like the Warriors have and something there and how they're looking, you don't want to force it to come back too early for not only him but all the players that have been down, because it is very early in the season, first game, and you just have to realize there are a lot of games in front of you.
And it may not seem like it, but every player is essential to the team, so one going down affects the entire team and the way they play. So hopefully we get all of the injured players back later in the season. But for now, I think all the injured ones needs to take a step aside and avoid further injury and just keep it cool.
And Kasai got up and walked off the field under his own power, is limping, however. As Urbana takes a snap, as a mishandle on the handoff, and it looks to be recovered by Rogers, bringing up 4th down. It will be a loss of 5 on play, brings up 4th and 10 for the Tigers.
Another miscommunicated snap, and that is not good.
And again, Rutger and Vent Miller back deep for the Warriors.
I think we look to see another deep special teams run.
Four minutes and 15 seconds left to go here in the half, and gives the Warriors plenty of time to make their own drive. Snap is up, punt is away. It's a good high punt, and it will bounce at the 35 backwards, and will be downed at the 43-yard line of Wheaton Academy.
The Urbana puck was downed.
I think that was a disappointing drive for Urbana. If I'm their coach, I'm not really happy with my team right now. I think we got to step our play up a little bit, and if I'm coach, I'm going to change up the playbook a little bit. Maybe get some passes in there, some more shotgun passes instead of coming straight from the drop back.
As I'm sure that'll be something they address during the halftime locker room talk. As the Warriors start out with 3 receivers off to the right, 1 to the left, one guard under center. As a player in motion, as he hands it and takes it off to the right, tries to stay in bounds, makes a good cut and stays on his feet. He's tackled down at the Urbana 40-yard line.
That was a great spin move.
Micah Nichols on the carrier there. As just when he thought he was going right out of bounds, he spun back and added a few extra yards on top of that run.
What I like about that was after he made the first move, he didn't just give up, get cocky with himself. He kept going, made another spin move, just bounced right off of him, as we can see on the replay.
And that brings up 1st and 10 for the Warriors in Urbana territory at the 41. Baumgarten takes a snap, rolls out to his left, and has a wide open receiver. Jason Rutger, as he is tackled down at the, and he fumbled it and picked up by Urbana. And Urbana returns it to about the 37-yard line. So Rutger, good pass and catch, try to gain an extra few yards, just good defense there, and the Tigers were able to punch it out. And a good return as well.
You see here on the replay, got it, and he just lost it. Number 25,
Yeah, good
Patrick
strip.
Jordan knocked it out.
And again, that was Roy Young who picked it up and showed his running back skills there on the return.
I think that's the one bright side we've seen from Urbana today. Lavoy Young has been everywhere on the field, doing everything.
With 3:28 left to go here, we'll have to see how aggressive the Tigers are. They have a player in motion, snap, as the quarterback takes it out to his left, eludes a few tackles, and is finally taken out of bounds at the 37-yard line, maybe a gain of 1.
Great outside run, but the 3 Wheaton Warriors running. I don't know what you can do to get out of that one.
And as we know, he's a quick player, but at some point you got to turn it upfield to get some yards, and he ran east to west there a lot, but didn't really go north and south. And they give him a yard to make it 2nd and 9 here with 2:55 left to go here. So if they keep doing that, we'll have to see how aggressive they get if they do want to chuck it downfield here and try to score here before the end of the half.
I think that would do a lot for their momentum going into the second half.
As Elijah Rogers is under center here. One receiver out to each side, one tailback and a tight end now in motion as he flips it out to that player in motion who makes a cut up field. And
it's a great open field tackle by Andrew LaPlante.
yeah, maybe a touchdown saving tackle there by Andrew LaPlante as the Tiger in motion there really cut up field and really hit that hole fast and was able to get upfield. But again, great tackle by LaPlante to bring up 3rd and 2.
See here on the replay, after he got out of the backfield, he turned on the afterburners and was headed full steam for the end zone. So that's a great tackle.
The result of the previous play is a 3rd down and 2.
150 remaining here left to go in the first half. Again, a 3rd and 2 here for the Tigers as they run a QB sneak, and he gets it all the way into Wheaton Academy territory to the 46-yard line.
We're seeing very explosive bursts of energy from Lavoy Young and Elijah Rogers, the quarterback.
Yeah, Rogers on the quarterback keeper there, able to pick up the first down and a little more all the way into the Warrior territory. However, there's only 1:40 left, and that clock is now running as the chain gang got set. So we'll have to see if they run some hurry up as they have to change up a little bit. They can't keep getting 5-yard plays with the time allotted left here in the half.
I don't think running is an especially good idea if you're trying to score before the half's over.
Rogers under center takes a snap as he does look to pass. Rolls out to his left, cuts back,
Good
fires
pass.
deep,
Ooh.
and it is incomplete. Good defense there by Jason Rucker. The receiver there, intended target was Prentice Turner, and we've called his name a couple times, and he's been their main target as a receiver as well as a return. 1:14 left to go here. Brings up 2nd and 10.
Go ahead.
The Tigers have really tried to get open up their pass game, but they haven't been very successful as the Warriors defense has really been able to stop it. Player in motion here as they look to hand it off up the middle. Warriors scout that out, and Urbana maybe got 2 yards on the play with the clock running just about at a minute now.
With the clock at a minute, do you continue to see them going towards the pass, or do you see them going back to the run as they just showed?
I think this play is huge. It's a 3rd and 8. And they, depending on what happens here, if they do pick this up, I think they either call a timeout or rush up and try to get another play. But if not, they'll kind of let the clock run out to avoid Wheaton Academy from bouncing back. As Elijah Rogers takes a snap and rolls out, and he is sacked in the backfield by number 58, Christian Paris. And that
He is down. Ooh.
There's a timeout on the field.
And he is on his hands and knees, and he is in pain.
few players down, or at least looking like they need some medical attention. 33 seconds left to go here in the half. So kind of recapping the first half, what's been the main storyline for you?
I think the main storyline for me would be the run for Wheaton. For Wheaton, it would be the more run-oriented first quarter, and then going into the second quarter, really changing up the play. Really, I think we saw a lot of pass, and I think we've seen all-around excellence. We've seen running, we've seen touchdown, we've seen scores from offense, defense, and special teams. So I look to see more of that in the second half. And what do you see for the Tigers?
For the Tigers, I do think they are a ground and pound football team. They do have to run the ball, but they also have to be successful with it because Wheaton Academy on defense has been very good scouting up that run. Maybe they have to change it up and keep doing those end arounds that they always have a guy in motion, but maybe pitch it to that guy a little more often. Or to get their quarterback, Eli Rogers, going, maybe complete some easy passes. Everything he's thrown has been down the field. Maybe you can help his confidence up by converting a screen pass or a few of those.
For also to add on to that, for the Tigers, I think I'm seeing I'm trying to get my quarterback going, so I'm seeing more short passes, maybe just to get his arm warmed up.
Yep.
Then maybe a couple runs, and then really get it down the field.
Following sack brings up 4th and 19 for Urbana with the clock running at 16. We'll have to see if they even decide to snap it, depending on the play clock here. As the ref is counting down, they do have to snap it. Looks like to be one more play. Punt is up and fielded by Van Mille at the 30-yard line. And that brings us to the end of the first half. Warriors leading 28-0. Really good start to the season for the Warriors. They came out hot and they've continued it through into that first half.
Now, for Urbana, as they go into the locker room for halftime, I think I'm looking for the coach to really get into his players and I think he needs to reevaluate his playbook. Maybe try to get your quarterback warmed up, as we said before.
As if you're Coach Thornton, you're obviously happy about the first half, but are there a few ways for Wheaton Academy to even improve in this second half?
I think trying to tone down on the mistakes. In the first quarter, there were a few mistakes that I think he should probably point out and talk to about it with his players. And yeah, and you can check us out at youtube.com/WheatonAcademy.org for all the live stream and updates on our channel.
And just going back to that, as a coach, it's your job to point out all the little things that your team can do better, because you want to be as best as you can be. But at the end of the day, you're up 28-0. You got to be really happy with where you're at.
Right. Now, I think one thing would be fun to talk about during halftime would be the energy in this crowd.
Hi, I'm Connor Beatty. I'm live on the field here with Kate Kopchak and Grace Beatty. They are the co-captains of the cheerleading team this year. So as seniors, what are you guys really hoping to get out of this year?
We're really excited just to get all the new girls together and get to know them some more. We're excited that this is the biggest team that we've had. And I think it'll just be a really great year. We're ready to cheer on the team, and we're ready just to cheer on the fans too.
I couldn't have said it better. With the biggest team ever, it's really fun to get to know all of the girls, and the first game is going really well so far, so I'm super excited for the rest of the season.
All right, thank you, girls. We'll let you get back to cheering. Keep up the good work. Back to you guys up in the booth.
All right, thank you for that interview as we got a little look into the cheerleading team here at Wheaton Academy. As we are just about underway here, start the second half. The Warriors are up 28-0. What are your thoughts on the first half?
I think the first half was a great effort by Wheaton, and I think that in order for the Tigers to get back into the form they probably want to be, I think they're going to have to start changing up the playbook. But as for overall for Wheaton, I think the first half was great, and for the Tigers, I think hopefully they addressed everything they needed to in the locker room to make this game a little bit more interesting.
Yeah, I agree. And the Warriors, who are leading this game, they've really opened up the playbook as we talked about and really shown how they can do it running, passing, as well as defense, special teams. They scored defensively on a fumble recovery and a punt return on the special team side. So it's really good to see that all facets of the Warriors team, they're playing well so far tonight.
Right. Hopefully, I think that well play will continue, and I think that the Tigers are going to gain some momentum from the locker room. I think they probably got really pumped up in there, and hopefully they come back out, make this game interesting, and who knows, might get an overtime game.
We will see as the players are given 3 minutes to warm themselves back up here before the start of play. And let's talk a little bit about Shane Bumgarner, the quarterback for Wheaton Academy. He's really led a lot of good and successful drives so far. Whether he's been able to just guide the offense and put the ball in the hands of the Warriors with a lot of talent, a lot of athleticism, and he's also made some throws with his arm.
Right. I think he's very good so far that we've seen. He's good at making decisions with the ball. He reads the defense well. Like that one play where we saw him, the defense was advancing. He came up, made the smart play instead of throwing the ball away. There's a man open short, took that, made it a 20-yard game. I think he's going to develop over the year. He's good. He's just going to get better.
Absolutely. There's another play that stands out to me as the Warriors in the first quarter. We saw a very run-heavy, kind of opened up more in the second quarter, excuse me. But there was one option play where he really held it in there for the running back to take and pulled it back and was able to go upfield after he read the defense kind of shifting off to the left with the run back, but kept it for himself and was able to pick up the first down. That's something that the Warriors were setting up in the first quarter and even beyond that to really make that play successful for Wheaton Academy, and Bumgarner executed very, very well. Defensively, we saw Trevor Donna early make a lot of plays, but as the game kind of went on, we saw a lot of other members of that Warrior defense step up. What are we expecting of them in the second half?
I think from Donna, we're expecting another great half filled with good plays. And from overall, the Wheaton defense, they really stepped up on that second drive, forcing turnovers. And I think really showing the Tigers, hey, we came to play today. They really have come out and really wowed us all with offensive, defensive, and special teams excellency. And I think the fans of this school should be proud, and I think the coach should be proud of his players.
Absolutely. You always go into a season hoping to, as we heard Coach Bowling say, hoping to make the playoffs and hoping to maybe even go beyond that. And that all starts at the first game. You can't look ahead at the last game of the season. You have to take it one game at a time, and that's exactly what the Warriors are doing right now. And they're halfway to a victory here on their first game. As we have 12 minutes up on the clock to begin the third quarter, as Wheaton Academy will kick off to the Tigers of Urbana, as the Lars Castle will be the kickoff man for Wheaton Academy.
I think Lars has also been a consistent here. We've seen him nail 4 extra points. My bad. But I think in the long run, he will be a very good kicker at this school.
I agree. And back deep for the Tigers, I believe, is Patrick Jordan and Prentice Turner. as Castle looks to set the ball on the tee and get this third quarter underway. So he gets the signal from the refs. And the kick is up. Good kick, lands touched by the Tigers. And it goes into the end zone, meaning that it's a touchback for the Tigers. Really good kick there by Castles. That one didn't get as much hang time. It was really like a missile and kind of went forward and was able to get into the end zone.
I think the kickoff returner was not expecting that kick to go right over his head. I think he thought it was going to go higher, which is why it ends up a touchback.
Yeah, a little different than previous kicks.
I think overall, had that gone another way, I think they would rather take touchback than be stuck at their own 10-yard line.
Yep. And that touchback brings it out to the 20-yard line here. 1st and 10 for Urbana as they have a receiver out on each side. Player in motion as they hand it off up the middle to the fullback. But Trevor Don is right there, as well as a few other Wheaton Academy D linemen. Masa Kasai as well credited on the tackle. Gain of 1 for Urbana as they'll bring up 7 and 9 on their own 21-yard line. So coming out of the gates there, Urbana looks a lot like they did systematically in the first half with a run right up the middle. And now they have one receiver out to the right, bunch tight end set as they run a little reverse off to the left. And their running back makes a few moves and is able to pick up the first down plus more out to the 32-yard line. As Patrick Jordan was the receiver who fielded the reverse and took it upfield.
Great play.
The game of the play is good for a Tigers first down and 10.
And you said Urbana with a first down, and that's a little bit of what we were talking about. They had to change up what they were doing, and exactly we saw right there. Had a man in motion, but sent the ball the other way, and were able to get upfield and pick up the first down. Runs to the sideline again, out near the first down line. And Patrick Jordan picks up about 8 yards, maybe 9, just shy of the first down marker.
At the 42-yard line of the Tigers, after a gain of 9, the result
It will
of
be
the play
9,
will be second down and
2nd and 1 for Urbana, and they have to like what they see coming out of the locker room. 2 plays, 2 first downs already. They look to continue this drive here now on their 42-yard line. Rogers again under center, one receiver out to each side, player in motion. And Rogers looks back to pass and looks to be taken down by number 70, Josh Freeland.
by Wheaton Academy's Josh Friedland.
And that's a big play for the Warriors, bringing it out to second,
Those
about 3rd and 5, excuse me.
Oh, and those are the type of momentum-changing plays that we've seen from Wheaton today. They start off with first down, you got 2 plays of first down, and then a big sack. Think that's going to change the momentum of this drive.
Yeah, it definitely changes the pick here for Urbana as they're now looking at a 3rd and 5 instead of a 3rd and 1. Rogers under center, player in motion as they pitch it out left. And Wheaton Academy is right there to sniff it out. And they'll bring up 4th down.
Great team defense by Wheaton, making reads and making the great tackles.
Yeah, good defense there. A little bend but not break. They gave up a few first downs, but nothing too major as they will bring out the punt team now for Urbana. And Rucker, Jason Rucker and Alex Ventimilla back deep to return for the Warriors, standing at about their 37, 38-yard line.
I think this is the type of thing they were looking to avoid coming out of the half, a quick 3 and out. Not the type of thing that you would want coming out of the half where you're down 28-0, you're looking to score.
The punt is up and away. Kick towards Ventimilla as he fielded at the 41. And eludes 2 tackles and gets brought down at about the 50-yard line for a 9-yard return.
Great toughness right there, going through 3 people, getting the Warriors good field position to start this drive.
You can see the replay there. Yeah, eludes that tackle, slips away, and just powers his way through for a 9-yard punt return. Ball sitting right at midfield here. So if the Warriors want to score, they'll have to go 50 yards to do it. As they start out in the shotgun formation, 2 receivers to the left, 2 on the right, with Stephen Garner on Baumgartner's right side. 1st and 10 here. As man in motion. And there's a whistle. Urbana looks to call a timeout here. They were a little discombobulated defensively.
Smart play by the coach, calling a timeout when you get a little discombobulated, as they say.
Yeah, if you're not 100% sure what's going on, best to call a timeout where you can figure everything and make sure you're all on the same page. One play can hurt you.
9:05 left here to go in the first half.
As both teams discuss what they need to do to become successful here on this drive. The Warriors, again, started with that shotgun formation, something we've seen about half the time, maybe a little more now. And it's really worked as both teams uses player in motion. Yeah, it's worked out well. And you can see the neon out here for the Warriors.
I had to get a little bit of that gear myself.
Yeah, looks good.
Just looks too good. You see the cheerleaders and the drum line all doing a great job, giving the Wheaton players a little bit of pep in their step.
Same formation here for the Warriors as Bumgarner throws it out wide to Jason Rucker as he turns outfield for the screen and takes it to the 42-yard line of Urbana. Pickup of 8 on the play, brings up 2nd and 2.
Those are the type of plays I think we want to see more from that I think the coach for Urbana would like to see more. Those little short wide receiver screen plays, get your quarterback's arm going, and I think that will help Shane coming out of the first half where his arm was quite active.
That it was, again, getting the ball in the hands of Jason Rucker, who seems to be a playmaker early on for the Warriors. Shotgun formation again, player in motion. As it is handed off to Steven Gardner, he'll lose a tackle.
What a great move.
It off to his left, turns upfield, has some blockers downfield, and takes it all the way to the 30-yard line. Great moves. I thought he was dead.
Yes.
And his right's in the backfield.
He got right out of 3. I think hopefully they show the replay. See, he got out of 3 tackles right there.
He was able to pick up a first down as well for the Warriors. As he comes up wobbling a little bit, hopefully he'll be all right. What has Gardner shown us? He's a very good running back. But in comes his replacement, Walla Kwan, who we have also seen be a very good running back for the Warriors early on.
You can follow us on Instagram at TheRealTV with the news and updates.
As Warriors sprout wide, is there a flag on the play? Pre-snap penalty.
One more thing about the previous play. I gotta say, he reminds me of a young Barry Sanders with that speed and elusiveness.
And that penalty was on Urbana.
Was called against Urbana.
And there you can see Steven Gardner really run and explode forward to pick up that first down.
You don't realize how difficult that is, having to backpedal like that right out of 3 people coming straight at you.
That penalty brings up 1st and 5 for the Warriors here at their 25-yard line. Bumgarner looks back to deep, throws it deep, has a man just over the outstretched arms of Andrew LaPlante.
It was a great play. And I think he was pressured there to make a little quicker decision than he wanted to because someone was coming from the right edge and had gotten by the offensive lineman. So he had to make a quick decision on whether to take it himself or to get it out of there, and almost was a touchdown.
Yeah, good read. Threw it to the open guy, just missed him a little bit because of the pressure you just mentioned. 2nd and 5 now for the Warriors. 2 receivers out left, 2 on the right. Walla Kwan is off to his right as Jason Rucker is in motion and fakes the handoff. Bumgarner keeps it and goes upfield to pick up about 3 yards, bringing up 3rd and 2 for Wheaton Academy. And there's that quarterback keeper that we saw as Rucker was in motion. The defense flowed with Rucker. Bumgarner was able to keep it and pick up a few yards, bringing up 3rd and really manageable here, only 2 yards to go.
On that play, I think it would have been I think Shane probably sees this afterwards. It would have been a better play to hand it off because everyone was watching for the quarterback.
Yep. As Bumgarner now under center, as hands it off to the motion man as he is brought down behind the line of scrimmage. Garrett Bittner was the running back there, receiver who took the handoff for Wheaton Academy, brings up 4th and 6. I don't know if to see what the Warriors do, if they want to go with the longer field goal or just go for it. It looks like they're just going to go for it here.
It's not a bad decision. They don't have anything to lose at this moment.
All right, you got 4th and 7 here in Urbana territory on their 26-yard line. Big 4th down play here for Wheaton Academy as well as the Tigers, whoever comes up successful on this play. They're a little discombobulated as Wheaton Academy will take a timeout to make sure everyone is on the same page.
Timeout, Wheaton Academy. This is their 2nd timeout. of the second half.
As you can see there, the neon out as well by the Maroon Platoon, the Wheaton Academy student section.
Very supportive of their home team. Gotta say, I have never been to 4 schools. I have never seen a crowd at a football game so energized and so willing to support their team like the people here at Wheaton Academy.
Energy always runs high, but especially at the first game of the season, I was really excited to get football season underway, and that's what we're all here to do.
I think we can even see that in the players, especially in the first quarter. Really excited, make a few little mistakes, but they turned it around, 28-0.
As the Warrior offense will stay on the field for this 4th and 7. They have 3 receivers out to the right, 2 on the left. Lone quarterback is Shane Baumgartner as he drops back to pass. Throws it deep, finds a man, Vent Miller, who goes up and makes a great catch. He downed at the 2-yard line. What a catch by Vent Miller.
What a catch, and what a great pass by Shane, trusting his open receiver to make the incredible catch. I did not think he was going to come down with that one.
Yeah, he showed his hops on that play and was able to high point the football and catch at his highest point. And that's a big first down pickup for the Warriors now. 1st and goal on their own, or on their opponents.
You see on the replay, what a great, he even bobbled it. And he came down with it. That's incredible focus and great hands.
As the Warriors snap it, and Baumgartner will keep it himself for the touchdown. Warriors score again, making it 34-0.
I think at this point the Tigers are really not looking at this with a good outcome. It's happened before, but I just don't see them at this point coming back in this game.
As the Warriors come in with a quick snap there, catch defense on the heels, and it worked pretty well. Obviously, they scored the touchdown.
Still recovering from that incredible catch. I'm pretty sure some of them were in disbelief over whether he caught that ball.
Lars Castle to kick the extra point. It is up and away, and it is good. Make it 35-0. Just kind of recapping that drive. A few passes, few runs, and Baumgartner, who has kept it himself on a few occasions, kept it there on the 2-yard line and was able to take it in for the score.
Wheaton is really flexing right now, to use a modern term. They are just all around, I think at this point it would be safe to say dominating.
I agree, 30-0. As you see Shane Baumgartner there really just take it himself, but really the credit goes to the line as they cleared the way, especially center Peter Dohenick. As you can see, the cheerleaders doing push-ups for every point that the Warriors score.
That's a lot of push-ups.
That is a lot of push-ups. That's a good thing. It means the Warriors have scored quite a bit. As the Warriors are ready now to kick it away. Last kickoff ended in a touchback. We'll have to see what happens on this one. As Castle looks to get the okay from the refs to get this thing going.
Beautiful night for football.
That it is. It's perfect out here.
63 degrees.
Kick is up, but we have a penalty as maybe one of the Warriors gunners crossed the line of scrimmage before the kick. And that's what it is. It's offsides on Wheaton Academy. That will bump him back a few yards.
See the referee, they're really hustling.
It's good to see, yeah.
Let's talk about that last drive. What do you see from the Urbana defense that they can really improve on? And what do you see from Wheaton that their coach is really going to be happy about tomorrow?
Yeah, for Urbana, first thing you have to do is stop the run. Once you do that, then you can worry about the pass. So they have to start with stopping that run first and foremost. But if you're Wheaton Academy, you're very successful on those runs. So you have to look to continue to do that, but do keep changing a run-pass option as well.
Let's get ready for the kickoff.
And as we're kicking off from the 35 now after the 5-yard penalty, kick is up and away, and it is fumbled and finally picked up at the 20, and that's where he will go down.
Those are the type of mistakes you cannot, as a coach, you cannot allow from your team.
Yeah, just a little miscommunication there. As they both thought they were going to catch the ball, and neither of them did. But lucky for them, they were able to fall on top of it. And Urbana will continue with the football, and they will take over at 1st and 10 here at their 22-yard line.
They seem really demoralized at this point, and what can they say? I mean, You're down 35-0, 6:21 left in the third quarter. I don't see how you could be optimistic about this.
You have to take it one possession at a time, as they have a man in motion, and the quarterback keeps it up the middle, breaks a few tackles, heads out to his right, and is hit, but not before he picks up about 5 yards.
Strong tackle.
That was a good tackle there by number 2, Alex Ventimilla, who on the previous offensive possession went up and caught that very nice catch, which set up the Warrior touchdown. And they'll give him 6 on that play, bringing up 2nd and 4 for Urbana.
Maroon platoon doing the roller coaster, I believe.
Tigers have one receiver out to each side, man in motion. To be a quarterback keeper again, and he picks up maybe a yard.
Oh, number 62 is down. Dewan Rava. The O-line and D-line, 6'2", 215.
Yeah, you don't like to see that. That was a non-contact injury, which is something you don't like to hear in the football world, or really any. Never like to hear of an injury.
For the Tigers, there is a timeout on the field.
And he is in pain. Thank you.
So with 5:35 left to go here in the third quarter, the Warriors lead 35-0. As Urbana tries to pick up the first down here, making it a 3rd and 4 once the player hopefully gets up under his own power.
Oh, we have 2 players down, as a matter of fact. Oh.
Christian Paris for Wheaton Academy. He's just getting stretched out. Hopefully that's the extent of it as he hops back up on his own.
A lot of these injuries these days can be due to players not stretching and just putting too much weight on that one muscle, pop it right out.
As he is up, walking under his own power, limping. But as you can see, the other Tiger players are stretching out as they need as many people to stay in the game as possible.
Now, what's the limit before they have to forfeit?
I'm not sure, but they should be fine. Plenty on the sidelines, but you need to have 11 players on the field. So let's bring it back to the game here. 3rd and 4 for Urbana, standing at their own 29-yard line. You expect a run or pass here?
Run. I would normally from any team I would expect a pass, but it seems like they're sticking to the run.
That they are, and they run an option play. Quarterback pitches it to his
Smart
tailback,
move.
and he's able to pick up the first down running off to his left, and he goes out of bounds at the 42-yard line.
See, that's one thing we've seen from Urbana today. We've seen a bunch of great runs, but I don't think we've seen a pass play that's really captured or gotten something done. A bunch of good plays, but they don't lead to anything, put it that way.
Yeah, that was a really smart decision by Rogers, Urbana quarterback, because they've run that option multiple times, but he's kept it on almost everyone there. He pitched it out to his tailback and let him finish off the run, and they were able to pick up a first down. With 4:50 left to go here in the third quarter, Urbana is sitting at a first down. They have one receiver out to the left. As the quarterback keeps it himself, goes up the middle, and it's a solid 7-yard gain about to midfield.
That's the toughness you need from your quarterback, especially on a run. And you should probably see from your running backs too, initiating the contact. He went right into him there, was not afraid to get hit back.
And Rogers a little slow to get up. We'll see what they decide to do. He's limping back, and I think the ref's going to see he has to come off. Or at least get looked at here by the trainers. Because as we've seen, he's already been beat up, and that's what happens when you run the football as much as they do. You're going to get hit a lot, and you just have to be ready for it, and hopefully it's nothing more than a minor thing that he can play through.
So one thing I don't think I've seen in a high school football game, this many injuries, and I don't think that's not a good sign. But I hope all of them get better and recover from the injuries.
There you can see the Coach Swiders, both of them, as they're a big part of the coaching staff that is led by Brad Thornton.
Here from the drum line and the cheerleaders.
And both teams are ready to go. And 13 will be the quarterback for Urbana. That is Jazion Barber. And he fumbles it, and it looks like Wheaton Academy falls on it.
Joshua Friedland, number 11 from West Chicago, Illinois, falls on it.
And both times their quarterback, Rogers, has been down. Both the backup quarterbacks have fumbled, which is
not a good
it's not
sign.
good, but it also shows the trust that they have in their starter, and they obviously hope he can get back out there.
And that can never hurt, but it's not good to see 2 fumbles when your quarterback leaves.
And there you see Josh Freeland, who recovered the fumble. Deep tackle, he's a junior. And now the Warrior offense looks to be going in Urbana territory at their 49-yard line. Bumgarner takes a snap, hands it off up the middle. And it looks to be Jeremiah Stanton,
the ball carrier for
who
Wheaton Academy.
makes his first run of the night, picks up 4.
5'8" senior from South Elgin, Illinois.
The play will bring up a 2nd down and 7 for Wheaton Academy.
Yeah, Stanton last year had 23 carries and 98 yards, and he looks to add to that this year as a senior, like you said. And I expect the Warriors to kind of go for that ground and pound, keep the clock running with some run plays here as they are up with a pretty comfortable lead here, 35-0. As Baumgarten does the opposite of what I say and throws it out to Alex Ventimilla, who makes a nice little pitch and catch to pick up 3 yards.
I don't see at this point from the injuries, as we see another limping player, number 40 for Urbana. I don't see them coming back from this lead. I think injuries and just demoralization is playing a huge factor in this. They are really down on themselves now.
As the Warriors try to pick up a 3rd and 4 here, as they are sitting on Urbana's 43. Baumgarten takes the pass and hits his man, but the pass is dropped.
I don't think he was ready for it.
No, just timing was a little off there, and good ball and hit the receiver right hand, but the timing's off, which is a big factor as well as on pass and catch. And Baumgartner stays out there, but he's also the punter, as it looks like he would go in punt formation.
And you can follow us on Twitter at TheRealWaTV for all your news, updates, and information.
Long snapper Trevor Don looks to send the ball back to quarterback and punter Shane Baumgarten. Snap is off, kick is off. Looks to try to pin the Tigers back deep, and looks to pin them at their 15-yard line. Is where the ref spots it. Good punt there by Baumgarten. Didn't want to give up a touchback, so just kicked it off to the side, kicked it out of bounds where the Tigers couldn't return it at all.
With 2:52 left here in the 3rd quarter, what do you think the final score might end up being?
I don't see much more scoring from the Warriors just because of the play calling that they will do. Maybe a touchdown more, but they're going to try to just close this game out.
And I think, oh, go ahead.
For Urbana, obviously you can't put up 35 points on one possession. You need to go 6, 7, 8 points at a time. So we'll have to see if they are able to do so. They have a man in motion. They pitch it out to the right, but it is, have to see if they marked an incomplete pass or a fumble. It looks like it was pitched backwards, so it'll be a loss of about 3 or 4 on the play for Urbana. Some miscommunication there by the tailback and the quarterback. Luckily for them, it just fell out of bounds rather than into the hands of Wheaton Academy.
Which is where the Tigers will have a 2nd down and a 13.
And as you can see, the very good crowd here by Wheaton Academy.
Oh, everyone shut out for this game, and I'm not surprised.
As you can see, the great camera crews that we have here on WaTV. As the Tigers snap it and go right up the middle for a minimum gain. And that brings up a 3rd and very long. Looks to be about a 3rd and 15. This almost has to be a pass play if you're Urbana here.
Yes. Now, at this point, I wouldn't really, if I'm a coach, I'm not really thinking, if I'm smart, I'm thinking pass, but it doesn't really matter at this point. I think on this down, you're waiting for the next drive to really start something.
As the Tigers have one receiver out to the left, one on the right, quarterback under center as he tries to go right up the middle for a minimal gain. Maybe a miscommunication on, looks to be a fumble snap, as the Warriors think they have it.
Oh,
and they do.
Gracious.
So the Warriors will take over in Urbana's 10-yard line.
Another turnover. This is not the. If I am the Urbana coach, I really need to watch film from the game and get ready for the next one. This was not a great showing for your first game. Now, hopefully the defense can hold up and prevent another touchdown.
with 1:48 left to go. In the third quarter, the Warriors look to tack on an extra touchdown here using that fumble.
Really iced the game.
Baumgarten goes under center here. Trevor Donna and at fullback, Jeremiah Staten and tailback, and they were going to go play action, but there are whistles down.
Prior to the snap,
There will be a timeout taken by Urbana.
They were not ready.
This is their second timeout of the second half.
And as you can see, there's been a few backups starting to mingle in as Jeremiah Staten, who's been a solid running back for this Warrior program for the past few years. It's good to see him getting in and getting some touches and making the most of those touches.
And I think that's good for any high school team to have depth.
Yeah, absolutely.
For Urbana, that's something I'm looking for. I'm looking for another quarterback, maybe transfer, or someone if Rogers doesn't back and stay in the next time that we see them come and play us. I'm looking for someone else to come and help.
As the Warriors take the field again, it will begin the drive official here. 1st and 10 on the 10, so technically 1st and goal. We will have 2 receivers out to the right, 1 on the left.
I think we're seeing play action here.
And we do. Good call. Baumgartner rolls out to his right, has a man in the end zone,
Oh.
and good defense by Urbana to break it up.
Shane Baumgarten's pass.
Now, I think you can't fault him for not catching that. The defender pushed him in the back as soon as he touched his hands. But also, and you can't fault quarterback either because there were 2 reads he chose to make.
10-yard line.
One of them might have got him to the one, the other one would have got him a touchdown. So it's not really a blame right there.
Yeah, and on 1st down, you know you have a few more plays to work with, so you might as well take the shot.
What do you have to lose at this point?
And they will line up in the same formation, 2 receivers out right. As a miscommunication there between Baumgarten, as he tries to fall on the fumble and does, but all the way back
Great hustle.
at the 21-yard line, a loss of 11 on the play.
Ball was fumbled on the play by
I
Wheaton
think the only
Academy.
good thing you get out of that is the great hustle you see from the quarterback getting to that ball, preventing a turnover. Even if it's 35-0, you're still giving 100% effort as we see another player down on the field.
Yeah, that play, if Baumgarten didn't fall on it, that could have been not only picked up by Urbana, but he was the furthest guy to his own end zone, so he could have taken it all the way back.
Another Tiger is down on the field. That's not a good sign.
And you see the Warriors here trying to just figure out what happened on that play as they had a miscommunication between Baumgarten and Donna as it looked to be a fullback dive. But Donna was going one way and Baumgarten was going the other, so hopefully they can get that sorted out here on this 3rd and long, 3rd and 21.
And this may seem unrelated, but I've noticed no one has left yet. Every fan that went into this game is still in the stands. No one has left or done anything else. They're all supporting their team, and I think that is a great thing to see from your fan base, especially as a team who's lost a few players and not you're up, but you lost a few things. So I think that's a great fan base for this school.
Absolutely. And the trainers on both of these teams are getting a workout in today as well, as they've been very busy. But that's why they're here. And as we say that, they try to get the,
Looks to be grabbing his quad.
yeah, they stretch him out. That'll be number 8, Joshua Wilson, who's a receiver for the Tigers.
Trainers are getting their money's worth today.
And looks to be all right. Hopefully it's a cramp and he can just walk it off and get stretched out.
We have another break in the action.
As the Warriors need to decide what to do here to try to pick up these 21 yards on 3rd and goal. But also Lars Castle is warming up as he may be called on to attempt a field goal, which is something he hasn't done yet tonight, only extra points.
I'm looking, I think, for the quarterback, looking to the outside edge.
As Baumgarten takes the snap,
Oof,
eludes his pressure, and is
Ooh.
taken down.
good tackle.
And he lost a couple more yards on the play as well.
You see a few players on the Wheaton sidelines calling for a flag. They pulled a necktie tackle.
Loss of 5 on the play will bring
They
up
lost a
4th
5.
down and goal from the 27-yard line.
As we have reached under a minute here in the 3rd quarter. As you can see there, Montgomery tried to escape the pressure, but just could not run Montgomery on Tigers. And the Warriors look to be going for it here.
Again.
4th and goal from Urbana's 27, so they got to.
This is a miracle here.
Yeah. And there's a whistle. And it looks to be a timeout on Wheaton Academy as they'll rethink some things. Maybe try a extra field goal, or maybe try to call up a better play, because it is 4th and goal. You have to score here. You can't pick up a first down.
Now, while we're having to break into action, what would your game summary be for the Wheaton Warriors today?
Yeah, obviously a lot of their offense, scoring 35 points, but their defense really stepped up. Anytime you can hold your opponent to 0 points, I think the defense has to be the story. And not only that, they've scored. So on fumble recovery, which was taken to the house for a touchdown. So I think the defense is the main story here. And so far, they've looked really sharp. They've given up a few first downs, but no really major drives for Urbana.
I think also special teams excellence. We got a speedy kickoff return in the first 15 seconds of the second quarter, I believe. And since then, they haven't looked back. And still going for it here.
Here we are, 4th and goal at their opponent's 27. Garden takes a snap, looks to throw it deep as he has to, and it is
Ooh.
It falls incomplete.
Very nearly intercepted twice.
Probably a smart play for Urbana not to intercept that, as they gained 7 more yards. Because if they would have caught that, it would have been a touchback if they would have taken it at the 20. But now it started at the 27-yard line.
You can see number 25 on Urbana getting fired up at his teammate for not intercepting that.
.29 seconds left to go here in the third quarter as the Warriors continue to lead 35-0.
Do you see trying another play here or just taking a knee?
I think they'll definitely try another play. No harm in taking one here. It's only the third quarter. It's not like you lose possession heading into the fourth quarter. This quarterback takes it under center, rolls out to his right, eludes some defenders, comes back for about a 5-yard gain. And depending on how quick the Tigers get up, that might be the last play of the third quarter.
Take it down after a gain of 5 at the 32-yard line of Urbana.
And that looks to be the last play of the quarter, as the Warriors will head into the fourth quarter, up 35-0.
And Urbana 0.
Pros and cons of the third quarter for Urbana.
They were able to pick up a few first downs offensively early on by running a reverse, getting their guy out wide. And we will head downfield to an interview by Connor.
Hi, I'm Connor Beatty. I'm live questions number 7. So we're used to seeing you in pads today, so what's preventing you from dressing?
So I've been able play.
Yeah, well, we can't wait to see you out here. Thank you for your time. I'll let you get back to supporting the team.
Thank you.
Yeah. Back to you guys in the booth.
Thank you very much. Some good insight from a few Warrior players. As Urbana takes the field offensively here, and it will be a 2nd and 5 with 12 minutes on the clock here to start the fourth quarter. We'll have one receiver out to the right. Man in motion, quarterback fumbles it.
Another fumble.
And Urbana falls on top. Looks to be another mishandle between the quarterback and one of their many tailbacks.
Something you can't have here. This many turnovers, at least 4 or 5 now. As a coach, I'm not really feeling good right now, but at least we have something to look at for the next game.
And after that play, brings up 3rd and 6 here for Urbana, and they're sitting at their own 31-yard line. We'll have to see if they decide to run with a pass here, or if they do run the football. They have a man out to the right. The tailback in motion, and they pitch it off to him, and it is sniffed out by the Warrior defense. Pickup of about 2 yards, bringing up a 4th and 4, maybe even a 4th and 5.
Tackled at the 33-yard line. Gain of 2 on the play.
We'll have to see what Urbana does, if they want to go for it or if they just want to play it safe and punt it away. And it looks like that's what they will do, as the Warriors will send 25 Fabian Alvarez back deep as he looks to return his first punt of the night.
It's good that the Warriors aren't tiring out the starters, giving their bench some minutes. I'm sure the bench players appreciate that.
Number 72, Drayden Shelton back to punt here for the Tigers. Punt is up and away, and Alvarez fields it at the 40 with room to run. Slips a few tackles and brings it back about 7 yards to the 47-yard line.
Fielded by Fabian Alvarez.
We have another Tiger.
48-yard line of the Warriors, where they will take over first down and 10.
You can see the turn
There is a
as he
timeout
slips that tackle
on the field.
and then powers his way through to the 48-yard line.
Another Tiger down on the field. At this point, if I'm the coach, I'm getting concerned about the health of my players. That's a great number of them have gone down today, and they don't seem to be coming back.
Offensively here for Wheaton Academy, what do you expect?
I expect them to run the ball every play. I don't see any passes. I don't see them trying to tack on any more this lead, humiliate the other team more than they already or embarrass them in a sense more than they already are. And I think I'm seeing them run here. I don't see any passes in the near future. Just try to run the ball. If you get a touchdown, that's great, but you don't have anything to lose, so why turn the ball over?
Yeah, and I could see even the quarterback, David Orne, in here as the man down for the Tigers was number 40, Trayton Woods, as he is being helped off by the wonderful Urbana training staff. And it is going to be David Dorn under center here for Wheaton Academy, as it looks like Shane Baumgarten's night is done, as he's provided Wheaton Academy with a very good lead, up 35-0. This will be Dorn's first action in this season.
If you had to pick an MVP, would you pick like a singular player for Wheaton, or would you pick one side of the field?
I would probably pick defensive units, but if I had to, I would probably go offensively and say Jason Rucker's been a very big piece of this game.
Right.
As the Warriors have a guy in motion, Jeremiah Staten, as he breaks a few tackles, goes upfield for about a 3-yard gain.
The ball carrier for Wheaton Academy.
And this is always good to get the backup in, get David Dorn some real live action. You never want to see injury, but we've seen a lot of guys go down here tonight. So if starters were to go down, backups have to fill in and be ready to go.
Right.
So this just helps him for future games. And Shane Baumgartner, he's a junior, and David Dorn here is a sophomore. So there's that 1-year gap, or this experience will help Dorn down the road. We have a man in motion as he hands it off, goes out left, good blocking.
Great tackle.
But a great tackle, like you
Zach
said.
Bellering, the ball carrier for Wheaton Academy.
And that will bring up third down.
Tackled at the line of scrimmage, the 49-yard line, which will result in a 3rd down and 7.
That was Zach Walraven on the end-around carry, as we might get to see David Dorn's first pass of the season.
If I'm Wheaton, I'm also going to just try to get his arm warmed up, just in case he needed to play for any future games.
As Dorn's back in shotgun set, as he does look to pass, has a man, Garrett Bittner, and thrown just a little bit behind, could not connect. Good read by Dorn as he found the open man, just unable to connect on the throw, and that will bring out the punting unit for the Warriors. And looks like Shane Baumgarten will be the full-time punter for Wheaton Academy as he looks to kick it back deep.
One thing I don't think we've seen very much today, especially in the second half from Wheaton, is the punt unit. We have seen long drives for touchdowns and scores, so I think this hopefully would be the last punt of the day.
Which is a good thing if you're the Warriors. It's always good to have a punt team. You need to have one, but you don't want to see them on the field at all. And Baumgarten's kick is up and away, and it is fair caught at the 18-yard line.
Shane Baumgarten's punt is fair caught.
And if I'm Coach Thornton, I think I'm going to put my defensive subs in. At this point, with 8 minutes and 33 seconds left, I don't see how they can blow this lead to the extreme point. But I think that we'll see most of the subs here. I'm not risking injuring any more players than are already hurt. If you already have a buttload, not completely hurt, but not really feeling their best right now.
I know, well, see, looks like mostly started out there for Wheaton Academy, but also a few second-team guys as well. So
what I find amazing here is that they're still giving their all.
As the quarterback keeps it, runs it up, and picks up about 11 yards, which means it is a first down for the Tigers. I believe that was Barber on the return, or on the carry.
The result of the previous play is a first down and 10 for Urbana from their own 30-yard line.
As Urbana looks to keep the momentum going, as they have one receiver out to the right, one on the left. Bunch set here, one tailback, two tight ends. Man in motion as they pitch it out to him, running to his left, and he is taken down.
Number 25, Patrick Jordan, the ball carrier for Urbana. Tackled in the backfield of the Tigers for a loss of 2 on the play.
And there was a loss of 2 on the play there. Brings up 2nd and 12 with 7:35 remaining.
From this team, and from either team actually, do you see any runs? Do you see mostly runs for the rest of the game for both teams?
I do. I don't think there's any reason to really try to go for it if you're either team. Just kind of play it safe here. Obviously, you have a lot more to risk if you're Urbana. You might as well try out a few things. They have a man in motion, and they do drop back the pass as he rolls out to his right and just going to tuck it away and makes a nice move down the sideline and steps out around the 46-yard line. And that was the quarterback, Jerian Barber, who has looked better since his opening fumble, but that was a very nice play. Smart decision. Instead of pass it to tuck it and run, made a nice move on a defender and was able to pick up the first down.
Yep, he really put it on there. Used a little, we play basketball like call it hezzy. He stopped, we slowed down a little bit. Boom, he took right off again.
And Urbana picked up the first down there as they will be on their own 46-yard line. As Barber is again under center with a man out on each side as he looks to take it himself and powers through for about a gain of 4. Looks like maybe a little communication at the beginning, but Barber made a good run out of it regardless.
Taken down at midfield after a gain of 4.
He will be down at the 50-yard line. Brings up 2nd and 6
for the Tigers.
For Urbana.
There you see on the sideline some of the players having a good time.
And they deserve it. They've put their team in a pretty good situation here, up 35.
Yes, they have.
And Barber takes a snap and takes himself a losing tackle, runs up, gets the first down, and he is popped at the Wheaton Academy 43-yard line.
At the 42-yard line of the Warriors. The gain is good enough for a Tiger first down.
So Urbana again with a first down, and they will look to continue the drive. As Jerian Barber on the quarterback keeper again runs out to his left and picks up about 6 yards with about 5:33 remaining. And so far in this drive, Jerian Barber's kind of taking it in his own hands, and he's picked up 2 first downs and has some nice looking runs.
Using his speed to his advantage against slower linebackers. Continue to use that hesitation move. Slows down a little bit, puts on the afterburners.
We'll have to see if they continue to do so. Is there one receiver out wide on each side? Jerian Barber under center, man in motion as they pitch it out to him, and he fumbles it, and will still fall down, and
he's gone.
Has it. Move that's Fabian Alvarez to the 40, to the 30, to the 20, to the 10, to the house for a 55-yard.
At this point, I think that's safe to say that's the game.
Yeah, Fabian Alvarez wasn't about to just fall on that football. He saw a lot of green turf in front of him, and he wanted to run and take it to the house, and he did exactly that. It's always more exciting as a defender when you see the ball on the ground and you see a lot of open field in front of you, because as a defender, you're trying to keep the other team scoring. You're not looking to score yourself.
Right.
So that makes the score 41-0. Wheaton Academy currently leading, as Lars Castle will be on to attempt the extra point. Trevor Donna is the snapper. Shane Baumgarten is on the hold. That is 2 touchdowns scored by the defense so far tonight.
They have really come out and played today.
The extra point is up and away and is good, making it 42-0 Wheaton Academy. Not really much you can say besides this is the ideal start for Wheaton Academy to start the season.
This was I think, going to be a high point. As we see the miss.
And Alvarez picked it up at the 40, returned it actually 60 yards for the touchdown.
As we see the fan crowd of fans of Wheaton Academy still here. Which I think is quite, as a player, if you look up and still see your fans there, that does give you a momentum.
Absolutely.
Like, it feels good. People are still watching you. They care enough about you to still be here this late at night.
And Lars Castle will be on to kick it away here. And we'll have to see which defensive unit comes on for the Warriors. As Fabian Alvarez comes on late, he's probably a little tired after he had quite the play a few minutes ago.
60 yards, that's gonna leave a mark.
Yeah, that'll wear you out a little bit. As everyone's all set here, as Castle takes his proper steps, and he looks ready to kick it away. And the kick is up. And it is fielded at the 7-yard line. And he puts on the jets, makes a few moves, and is out to the 40, to the 50, to the 40. He has one man to beat, and it looks like he will outrun for Urbana's first score of the night. And that return man was Prentice Turner. He took it 83 yards to the house.
That's a great run, and I know it may be 42-6, but that's still you're gonna remember that one for a while.
As that gives, obviously, Wheaton Academy something to practice. I mean, obviously, they weren't perfect up to this point, but that was something that could have been fixed. But obviously, you got to give a little credit to Turner as well, as he made a few cuts, made some nice moves, and turned on the afterburners.
I think that that touchdown was mostly due to fatigue as they go for two. They're going for two
Yeah,
here?
they are going to go for 2 here, as there's a few Warriors coming on late.
I think that touchdown was more due to fatigue than anything else.
And a man in motion as they pitch it out wide. And it is picked up by Trevor Donna, but due to 2-point conversion rules, it is down right there. So, the score sits at 42-6 with about 3 minutes and 10 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter. Now, if that was the regular play, Trevor Donna would put up about 6 points, but due to that extra point and 2-point conversion rules, it's down where the defense touches the football.
I have to say this, even if the rest of the season doesn't go well, I have to say this game would be a high point for Wheaton. And you can follow us on Instagram at the Real Wall TV. All your news, updates, and highlights.
And we'll have to see Wheaton Academy is setting up as if Urbana will do an onside kick, which they did to start the game. So we'll have to see. Good chance to practice an onside kick if you're both teams. As the clock is still running because of the score, there's 2 minutes remaining in this game. The kicker for Urbana will be Emilio Cavaquil as he looks to kick it away. As we'll have to see, it looks like he will try an onside, see if he gets the hop. He gets the hop.
Oh!
Urbana recovers, and due to the rule, you can't advance that ball, so he will be down. What a very nice kick, and a good hop that the Tigers wanted. So they will get the ball back with about a minute remaining.
Again, fatigue setting in for the Warriors. As for having played for full energy most of the game, I can understand you may have a couple slip-ups, even if one leads to a touchdown. They played well today. They really earned it.
And Urbana will start their drive in Wheaton Academy territory at their 46-yard line.
35 and counting seconds to go. This game, I think we're just going to let it.
Looks like they will be able to get in one or two more plays here. Probably one, unless they decide to call a timeout. And
oh, they're going to take a knee. As we wrap up here.
15 seconds remaining. As he just hands it off up the middle and it is scouted out by the Warrior defense. In particular, number 66, Camden Williams. And that looks like the Warriors will come away victorious in their first game, 42-6. It's a good way to start the season if you're Wheaton Academy.
Oh, of course. And I know this has to feel really good for the coaches and for the defense and offense, the special teams. All of them came out to play their best today. And even for all the injured players who still made a contribution, I know they're really feeling good.
Yeah, so are the fans, as you can see there. They're very excited. Neon night.
Get ready to have the go glow dance after there. I'm probably going to go down and participate.
There you go. Yeah, good way to start the season for the Warriors, and hopefully they can continue this momentum throughout the rest of the season. And we invite you, and we thank you for watching, and we hope you have a good rest of the night.